But
Oh.
hey, we're the SuperVaporBros.
What's that?
We're going to be doing a review again today on the DSE 901. Basically, it is the mini e-cig, a little bit smaller than the pen style 801, bigger than the super mini, like the blue that we reviewed. It's a pretty good piece. Moving on. That's a good cutout place. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know, I like it a lot. It produces strong vapor, especially for a mini. I mean, it's smaller than a pen, but it does really well. Atomizers are pretty durable. I don't know, this one supposedly died, but kind of resuscitated it, and now it's working very well. The batteries last, for us, again, it's subjective. For us, 2 hours, I'd say. For me, at least, about 2 hours. I don't know, probably about the same.
Yeah, it's about the same. These are the true, the SLB style, both atomizer and battery. So from my understanding, that makes them true 901s, not the RN version. So they burn apparently a little bit cooler than the RN counterpart. They also have a hole in the atomizer that can be kind of confusing if you're not used to it and you're not ready for it. You just kind of plug it up when you're trying to take a pull, and you don't get very much air coming in, and it's really hard to pull on. Other than that, the pull's really smooth. It's nice. It's pretty quiet compared to the 801s, the true 801s, non-e-small, or the 4-hole ones.
Yeah. I don't know, they don't really bubble either. I've heard, I mean, some of the pieces will bubble a lot. Like
when you're pulling, they'll kind of have the liquidy bubble sound to them,
which could just be overfilled. I mean, I drip on most of my pieces. I think you do too.
I usually don't drip on my 801. 901s are a little bit different. This one has a card in it. It seems to be doing pretty well, but a couple drips when you refill the cards is pretty good.
Generally, yeah, it's a good standby. I don't know, dripping I don't know, I've heard that it can lower the battery life, and my 801 died a lot faster than his did. His was from E-small and mine was from Ruyan.
Atomizer life,
yeah,
not battery life.
Atomizer life, true. So that might have had a difference too, but I don't know, I think dripping kind of shortens the lifespan. You get really good vapor, fantastic, but it's just hard on the addy.
It's just like driving a car really hard. It's going to die quicker than someone that's not.
Basically. But overall, Atomizer's great. Like you said, smooth pull, fantastic vapor, good throat hit compared to some, especially compared to the blue. You can get good throat hit. Obviously, it's going to be influenced by juice as well. Like we have clove. Clove is just vicious. Hits you really hard. And we also have, I don't know, some weaker flavors. Like chocolate doesn't have as big of a throat hit, I guess. But yeah, as far as the actual addy, good throat hit. Definitely solid.
As you saw, I just hit the cutoff on this one. It's a pretty good cutoff. I mean, you get quite a good pull he's demonstrating, and that's the cutoff right there. Once the light stops flashing, you can hit it right away. You don't have to wait for like an 8-second cutoff like the RNs. At least my RN 801 has a like 8-second cutoff after I hit the cutoff.
Yeah, and these cutoffs, I don't know. I mean, we didn't measure it. I think it's somewhere between 6 and 8 seconds, like as far as dragging. I mean, you really don't need to hit it for 8 seconds. You don't need to take an 8-second drag on these because they produce fantastic vapor alone. The blue, I usually do hit for like 8 seconds because they're not as powerful, but not a problem. I wouldn't really consider that a big deal, I guess. And the carts wick well, as far as I can tell. They do pretty well. I don't know, you use the carts a little bit more than I do because I'm kind of a dripper, I guess. But
just a lot easier when you're usually on the road. I work 8 hours a day in an office building, so it's not exactly easy to just kind of drip every 2 seconds. And when you're walking around, because I'm a IT, so I walk around and I go to computers and all that stuff. So carrying around a bottle of juice with me is kind of more of a pain than just having it at my desk, and then when I get back, refill the cart.
Definitely more convenient. Other than that, the flavor, as far as juice flavors go, is pretty good. I mean, it's not gonna kill the flavor. I've heard that some have some pieces have a burning taste. I don't know. I guess I haven't really had a lot of experience with that. The pipe, I guess, a little bit. The atomizer is just a little bit too strong, so it can kind of drown the taste out. But these are definitely not that way. The flavor's pretty crystal.
Yeah. So as far as the DSE 901 goes, battery life is pretty good for what it is. It's 2 to 3 hours ish.
Yeah.
Depending on how you vape. The atomizers are good. They produce good vapor. They don't drown out the taste of whatever you put in it. The carts seem to do pretty well. They wick well.
The smooth pull, definitely. I mean, as long as you're not covering the little hole, it's perfect.
They don't get insanely hot. They do get hot because they're pretty small and the atomizers are pretty close to the exterior of the actual piece. The stainless steel seems to get hotter.
Definitely. I think it's the finish, because the black one it just seems a lot cooler.
Yeah.
But again, not a big problem. And it's really only if you're hitting it constantly. Like if you're just chain vaping, which I have a tendency of doing on occasion, it'll get really warm, and you just set it down and just chill out for a second, and then it'll cool off. They cool pretty quickly. So again, not really a big deal. I got this set from Ruyan Direct. It was like $29 for the starter kit, and yeah, I don't know, they're great. It's cheap. It's from China, so like I said, 2 weeks about to wait. It's like $12 to ship it here,
something like that.
So if you order, if you're gonna order like a bottle of juice, $12 for shipping is kind of a pain. But if you're ordering larger orders, it evens out very quickly. So yeah, good.
That would be the DSE 901. Vape on.
Put your hands up and I'll copy you. I said put your hands up.